Hello aspirants, welcome to Spardha Line. In today's third session, we are going to discuss the Indian polity through MCQ, and today's topic are the Preamble of Indian Constitution and the Union and its territory. So before starting discussion, I just want to give one clarification that why I am bringing this initiative. Because if you see, the polity is the one of the major subject when it comes to the any prelims, take it KPSC, UPSC, PSI or other group C level exams. So when it comes to the polity, there would be minimum 15 to 20 questions when it comes to UPSC and KPSC. And comparatively, if you see compared to other subject, the polity, it is the low hanging fruits. And if you are ensuring the out of this 15-20 question, at least you are maintaining your 95% strike rate. Okay, 95% questions are the correct. Then there are the high chances of clearing the prelims. But to keep this 95% strike rate, what we need to do? We need to focus on the lines, the keywords, and the traps. Okay, that mentioned in the Lakshmikant. Second aspect, that we need to learn the reading between the line. Okay, so to cover these two aspects, and many people will lose marks because they will be not focusing on this aspect. They will not have the concentration and they will miss the some line, the keywords there, and ultimately they will lose marks in the examination. Second, when it comes to the reading between the line, many people will misinterpret the text, or they will not go with the spirit of that particular line, and with this factor they are also going to lose the marks. And to avoid these factors, I am bringing this initiative where we are going to see the each important line, the keywords and the concepts in the Lakshmikant, and we are going to see it through the MCQ. So now we'll start our discussion. We'll move towards the first question. The first question, it is the previous year question. So we'll start with this question. It talks about on the 26th January 1950, according to Preamble of Indian Constitution, India was declared as what? So pause the video and answer the question. So the correct answer for this question is B, that India was the sovereign democratic republic. Okay, so now the nature of Indian state, if you see, it is the sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic and republic. These two words, the socialist and the secular, these two words added in the 42nd constitutional amendment. So that time the nature of the Indian polity, it is changed. But on the 26th January 1950, the nature of the Indian polity was the India as the sovereign democratic republic. Okay, so this is the one thing you need to remember here, and for that you need to focus on the words or the language of the question. So this is the important. Now before starting discussion, we will see the preamble of constitution. We are going to discuss in thoroughly. We will see what is exactly the preamble says. Okay, so when it comes to there are some basic concepts when it comes to preamble of India. So it starts with the we the people of India. It is same way that the American constitution, American preamble of constitution, same starts with the we the people of we the people. So same way we have copied that one, that we starts from the we the people of India, and it carries some meaning. The meaning of the we people of the India, that we ourselves giving this constitution, it means the preamble, through the preamble, the constitution of India, it is exercising the popular sovereignty. And meaning of the popular sovereignty is the all powers of the Indian Union, it lies within the people of India, or the source of power is the people of India. So this is the one important aspect you need to remember. Second, it talks about the sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic. What are these? These all are the nature of Indian Union. Okay, if question comes, what is the nature of Indian Union? Then we can talk about the sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic, republic. So these are the nature of Indian state. And when it comes to these aspects, the justice, liberty, equality, and fraternity, these all are the objectives of Indian state. When it comes to the Indian state or the constitution, we want to establish social, economical democracy or the welfare state. And how this will be achieved? Through this objective, that ensuring justice, social, economical, political, liberty of thought, expression, belief, faith, and worship, the equality of status and opportunity, and promote among them all the fraternity, that assuring the dignity of individual and the unity and the integrity of the nation. Okay, and this constitution we adopted on the 26th day of November 1949. So this is the date of adoption. Date of adoption of Constitution of India. And let me know in comment section what is the date of the commencement of Constitution of India. Now, before starting our actual this session through the seeing the Indian polity through MCQ, I just want to give the clarification on these keywords, because these are going to be very important from the mains perspective, as well as nowadays UPSC, KPSC, they are focusing on the philosophical part of the constitution, and the philosophical base of the Indian constitution is a preamble. The all philosophical source that Indian constitution derives, it is the preamble of the constitution. So we'll see what is exactly this word, particular words, the meaning that carried by these words. So when it comes to this one, sovereign. So what is meaning of sovereign? The word, it means that the Indian constitution, the Indian state, it is the internally as well as the externally sovereign. Meaning the sovereign, it is the free to conduct its all the affair without intervention of any external factor or the external state. Okay, so whenever it comes to our internal matter, what and the other country talks about it, what we say, it is our internal matter, and we have the all internal sovereignty to decide on the particular matter. Even when we pursue the foreign policy, that is our external affairs, that time we pursue the strategic autonomy, that we are going to secure our own interest on the international platform. What it means, it is we are exercising our external as well as the internal sovereignty, and this sovereignty, it is the power of this exercising sovereignty given by the Constitution of India. So this is the meaning of the sovereignty. Second word is the socialist. Now this particular word that came into the preamble through the 42nd constitutional amendment, and before this amendment there was one session of the Indian National Congress that happened in 1955. It is called as Avadi session. So in that session there was a resolution passed to establish the socialist pattern of society, okay, or the socialist pattern in the Indian society. So this was the resolution passed. So from the beginning itself, the constitution maker or the early political leaders of the country, they are eager to establish the socialist state, okay, or socialist pattern. Ultimately, after adding the 42nd amendment, through the 42nd amendment, this word is included in the preamble. But before the inclusion of the word, the Indian constitution was the socialist in nature, because we all know the directive principle of state policy. They aim to establish the social and economical democracy, and the meaning of the socialist or the socialism lies in this establishing the social and economical democracy, and it is very different from the Marxist socialism. Marxist socialism says that it has the two parts. When it comes to Marx socialism, the Marxist socialism, it talks about the two parts. Whatever the wealth of the country are, whatever the production or the resource the country has, it should be divided in two aspects. Okay, so majority portion will go to each according to need, and minority portion will go to the each according to ability. Okay, and there is one aspect of the Marxist socialism, that the state control of the resources of a country or the society. But when it comes to Indian Constitution, it is quite different. Okay, when it comes to our Constitution, what we call the Indian socialism, the socialism of India is it is a democratic socialism. The democratic socialism, it can be called as a Gandhian socialism, because it is heavily tilted towards the Gandhian socialism. Now, what is the difference between Marxist socialism and Indian socialism? That is, one difference is that we promote the mixed economy. Instead of state control of all the resources, we promote the mixed economy. In mixed economy, what is the aspect? That is the presence of private as well as the public sector. And why it is done? Because the control is given to public as well as private sector. Because when it comes to public sector, we all are aware about our DPSP, okay, Directive Principle of State Policy. There is one article called Article 39, which talks about the equitable distribution of resources, and the state should avoid the concentration of the resources, and this can be achieved through the public sector. So it is directly linked to the DPSP Article 39, that is B and C, okay, subparts there. And when it comes to this private sector, because we all know the fundamental rights, we have the one fundamental rights which talks about the freedom of occupation. Okay, so to balance between fundamental rights and the DPSP, the mixed economy model adopted. And what will happen with mixed economy model? This private sector, it will enforce the competition in market, and the public sector, it will check the monopoly of any particular aspect in a market. So with the combination of these two factors, that the private sector as well as public sector, we can ensure the welfare state. How welfare state can be ensured? Because if you see the public sector, it will boost the competition, and through the competition, the better resources, better output will get. And the same time, public sector, it will check the monopoly, and through the monopoly will ensure it will get the particular product, or the whatever the production is happening, it will get the people in the reasonable rate. Okay, so the the service delivery is there, there should be quality as well as at a reasonable price, and this can be done through this mixed economy model. So this is the one aspect. Another aspect of the democratic socialism or Gandhian socialism is that with the mixed economy, we focus on the elimination of inequality in society. Okay, we focus on the reduction of the poverty. Also, we focus on the equality of opportunity. So these all aspects are ensured through the democratic socialism. So that's why our socialism is totally different from the Marxist socialism. Our socialism is meant for the welfare state, which is the quite philosophical, and Marxist socialism is a political concept, more or less. So this is the one thing we need to understand. Next aspect that we need to see here, it is the next word, that is the secular. What is meaning of the secular? Secular, does it means the same word that came through the Western concept, the secularism, which talks about the strict separation of the state? No, the secularism of India is quite different from the Western secularism, because our secularism is not strict separation of the religion, but it is about the equal distance or the equal respect to all religions. So it is based on the two aspects, that is the equal distance as well as the equal respect to all religion. Because If you see the Indian society, the religions present in Indian society, they are still carrying quite some orthodox element, and it is the state duty to reform the society. And how this reformation will happen? The reforming religion. So when it comes to Western socialism, or the secularism, the state is not allowed to intervene in any religious matter. But when it comes to Indian secularism, state is allowed to the interfere and the eliminate the unorthodox element. Some examples are the previously we have brought the triple talaq bill. We have eliminated this triple talaq. We have brought the Hindu code bill, where the women's got the equal right in inheritance. So these are the aspect where the Indian secularism allows to interpret state to reform the religion or the eliminate the orthodox element. And same time it gives the right to minority through the article 26 to 28. The minority, they have the religious freedom, and not only minority but all the people of India have the religious freedom. At the same time, it ensures the protection of the religious freedoms of minorities. So this is about the Indian secularism, which is the totally different from the Western secularism. Next, we'll see the next word, which is about the democratic. When it comes to democratic, the particular word democratic, this particular word democratic is directly linked to the one aspect, that is the popular sovereignty. Just we discussed that the popular sovereignty, we people of the India, where we have seen the it is directly linked to popular sovereignty, means what? The all the power of the state, it is lies in the people of the India, or people of the country are the source of the power. When it comes to democratic or the democracy, there are the some side reference. There are the two types of democracy. First is the direct democracy. Second is the indirect democracy. When it comes to direct democracy, people exercise their right directly. There are some methods are there, like known as a referendum. Okay. Again, plebiscite is there. Okay, so through these methods they can exercise their direct influence on the country's politics or the country's decision making. But when it comes to indirect democracy, it is also known as representative democracy. And this representative democracy, there are the two types. First is the presidential, and second is the parliamentary. And we adopted this parliamentary democracy, okay, where the executives are responsible to people, parliament. Okay, it is done by the article 74 and article 75. So through this article we have established the parliamentary democracy in country. So this is the decoding of the word democratic. Next word is our republic. When it comes to the word republic, it is also carries some meaning, that republic. They have not just added the word republic. It is inspired from the French Revolution, the republic. Okay, it means the head of the country, he or she is elected by the people. He is not hereditary head. Presence of he is not hereditary head, or he is or she is elected by the people of the country. So the elected head is one of the feature of the republicanism. And when it comes to republicanism, there are other aspects also. First, it is not hereditary office. Second, everyone has equal access. to political office. Okay, so these are the two aspects when it comes to the word republic. So this is about the decodation of word republic. So need to remember, the head of the state is not hereditary, he is elected, she is elected, and second, everyone has the equal access to political office, or everyone has the right to become the head of the country, provided he or she should meet the what are the constitutional prescription or constitutional conditions are there. Okay, so this is about the republicanism. Next, the objectives of constitution. The objective when it comes to it talks about the justice, the liberty, equality, fraternity. Okay, when it comes to the justice, we know we have the social, economical and political justice. Okay, the Indian state, they are obliged to secure all the citizen justice, social, economical and political. Now when it comes to these three justice, that is justice, the word justice, it is a social, economical and political. So when it comes to the social justice, it is about the equal treatment to all citizens of India. Equal treatment in the sense there should not be discrimination based on any social condition. Okay, be it religion, caste, their sex, gender, whatever it is, or the place. So there should not be any discrimination based on these aspect. Second factor, that the state should take the efforts to minimize this glaring social inequality, and this social inequality is based on the various factors, be it caste inequality, gender inequality or the class inequality. So these are the inequalities state should take step to minimize it. At the same time, state is obliged to empower the backwards, so to bring the people together. Okay, this is like the condition that through the social justice we are ensuring. This should be the condition here. Okay, the balanced way. But when it comes to the current society, it is this kind of certain class are holding the more power, or they have the social status, more social status compared to other one. So that the same time, to ensure this comes to this situation, we need to give support to the backwards. That time we can ensure this condition, that balanced social development. Second aspect is the economical justice. When it comes to economical justice, state is obliged to minimize economical inequality between the people. At the same time, it also obliged to take the steps to empower the economical backwards. Another aspect is that there should not be, or there should be non-discrimination based on the economical factors. So this is about the economical justice. Okay, there should be state should take the steps to empower the economical backward, as well as it should take the step to minimize economical inequality. Again, the DPSP article 19, it talks about these things. EWS reservation, it is our direct link to here. And one aspect, the social and the economical justice, these together they ensure the distributive justice. So this is the one aspect you need to remember here. If the question asks what is the distributive justice, the combination of social as well as economical justice is the distributive justice. Next is the political justice. Here again the same, it is again synonymous with republicanism, where everyone should have the equal access to political office. Addition to, they should have the equal voice in government. So these two aspects involves when it comes to the political justice. So this is about the word justice, that is social, economical and political. Next we will see about the word that is the liberty, that we are going to see through the MCQ only. There I will explain again. When it comes to the equality, we always know, we all know the, when it comes to equality, there are the three kinds of equality. Equality, when it comes to the Article 14, we all know the equality before law, and it is about the equal protection of law. So second is the concept where it morally linked to the Indian state act, the steps taken by the Indian state, because it is directly linked to the affirmative justice. Okay, where the state has taken steps to empower the downtrodden. When it comes to the equality, there are three kinds of equality. First is the civic equality, and it is dealt by the fundamental rights in the enlisted in the part 3 of the Constitution. Second is the economical equality, and this is dealt by the DPSP. Third is the political equality, and this is done by the Article 324 and 326 of the Indian Constitution, where it says that there should not be discriminated based on the religion, race, caste, place of birth. Everyone has the right to be voter and the right to get elected, or the right to contest or right to vote. So this is talks about the political equality. So this is about the decodation of the word equality here. Next is the the fraternity, that also we are going to see through MCQ, because it has the many aspects or the many dimensions that we can better understand through MCQ. Same way liberty also we'll see, and this is the one thing that we know, that 26th day of the November, that is 1949, we have adopted the Constitution, and the preamble adopted after the enactment of the Constitution. Okay, so the last part was the preamble came added into after the Constitution adopted, and the 26th January 1950 is the date of commencement. Okay, so we'll move towards our actual discussion. There we'll see the MCQs. Okay, again the sovereign word just I explained, so there is no point to pause video and answer it, because already I have explained what is mean of sovereign. First is India is internally supreme, externally free to take its own decision. Okay, second is India is bound by the membership of United Nations and cannot take its independent decision. Third, India has limited sovereignty and it accepts the mandatory jurisdiction of the International Court of Justice. The sovereignty in country rests with the president as the head of the state. Okay, if you see the answer questions, those who are compatible in Kannada, they can read Kannada. So if you see the first, it is about directly linked to the sovereignty. Next to the B and C, it is because of the our treaties with this particular organizations, and we as the sovereign country, we are not bound by this. Okay, it is legally until it is legally binding. Last, when come to sovereignty rest of people of in India rested president of India, it is not, it is the one of the feature of the republicanism. Okay, so this is aspect. So correct answer is the A for apple. Next question, it's about the some facts that is related to Indian Constitution or the enactment of the Constitution. Okay, first is the on August 1547, India became dominant within the British Commonwealth. Second statement is on the January 26, 1950, India and Pakistan became republic nation. Third is the India became member of the United Nations only after becoming republic in 1950. So pause the video and answer the question. Now if we see the question, because last session only we have covered many aspects, On August 15, 1947, India became dominant within the British Commonwealth. Yes, this is the correct. Second is on January 26, 1950, India and Pakistan become republic nation. No, it is not correct, because on January 26, 1950, only India became republic. Pakistan became republic in 1956. There is no need to remember that, okay, because they don't matter for us currently as it is. Third, India became the member of the United Nations only after becoming republic in 1950. India became a republic in January 26, 1950, but when we become the member of United Nations in the 1945. So before the become republic. So third statement also correct. Wrong. So the correct answer is A. That is one only. A for apple. We'll move towards the next question. Next question is about the democratic. This also I have explained. The term democratic is used in the preamble in broader sense, embracing only the political, not only political democracy, but also social and economical democracy. Second, the Indian Constitution provides for the direct democracy. Third statement, India has the representative parliamentary democracy where the executives are the responsible to the people. Okay, pause the video, answer the question. Kannada translation this side. Those who are interested, compatible in Kannada, they can read it. Okay, time up. We'll see the statements. The term the democratic is used in preamble in broader sense, embracing not only political democracy but also the social economical democracy. The statement is correct because the fundamental rights we all know they are about they aims to establish the political democracy in country, and the DPSPs that enriched in the constitution there talks about the social and economical democracy. So the statement is correct. Second is the Indian Constitution provide direct democracy. Just I have explained what is the direct democracy or the indirect democracy. The statement is wrong because we have the indirect form of democracy, that is we have the representative democracy, the parliamentary system. Third statement, India has the representative parliamentary democracy. Till here it is correct. Second aspect, executives are responsible to the people. No, this is the wrong, because in the parliamentary democracy, what is the feature of parliamentary democracy? That is the executives are responsible to parliament, and this is the basis of the parliamentary democracy. And the people got elected into parliament, they are the in turn responsible to the people of country. Okay, but the executives, they are directly responsible to parliament, and as the member of parliament, they are responsible to the people. So when comes they mention the parliamentary democracy, then they are only responsible to parliament, not the people of India, so or the people of country. So third statement is also wrong. So the correct answer is A only, one only, that is A for apple. Next question ko hogu na. The term republic in preamble implies the vesting the political sovereignty in the people and absence of any privileged class. Okay, I will not say anything. It also means that all public offices are open to every citizen without any discrimination. Third statement, the term preamble in our preamble indicates that the India has the indirectly elected head called the Prime Minister. Comparatively quite easy question, no one should miss here. Pause video and answer the question. Time up, we'll see the statements. The term preamble in the republic in preamble implies vesting the political sovereignty of the people and absence of any privileged class. Yes, question is correct. Privilege, when I was decoding the term republic, that I told the highest office should not be held by the hereditary head. Okay, and the privileged class, absence of privileged class, nothing but the absence of hereditary succession. So this is the one other meaning of this. So first statement is correct. Second, it also means that all public office open to everyone without any discrimination. Correct. There should not be discrimination on the any social condition or the aspects like the sex, like gender, class, caste, religion, okay, creed, race, or ethnicity, whatever it is. Last statement, the term preamble in our republic in our preamble indicates the India has indirectly elected head called prime minister. No, it is the president. Okay, this is quite easy question. Everyone would have got corrected. Hope so. We'll move to our next question. It's about the liberty that mentioned in preamble. So I just said that we'll discuss it here. So liberty, the term liberty means the absence of restraint on the activities of individual and at the same time providing opportunities for the development of individual personality. Second statement, the preamble secures to all citizens of India liberty of thought, expression, belief, faith and worship. Last statement, third statement, the preamble secures liberty through fundamental rights enforceable in a court of law. Okay, pause the video, read the statement and comment the correct answer. So we'll see the statements. What is the correct statement? First is that the term liberty means the absence of restraint on the activities of individual at the same time providing opportunity for the development of individual personality. Statement is correct because liberty, what does liberty means? It is the condition, there should be favorable condition for develop individual personality and there should be no restraint on the individual activity, then it is only called as a liberty. Okay, but at the same time, if there is only restraint, there is no restraint on activities of individual, but individuals have no opportunity to develop their individual personality, what will happen? It will establish the dictatorship of the few. Okay, because due to their social condition, the social status or the legacy they are carrying, they will able to get the more benefit. Okay, and the other people, due to lack of opportunity, they will left behind. And same time, if there is a restraint on the individual activity but there is given the opportunity to develop individual personality, then there is no liberty. Okay, because they are the restraint on the activities of individual, but the opportunity, then it will not carry the spirit or the purpose of the liberty. So this is the one aspect. Second statement, the preamble secure all citizens of India liberty of thought, expression, belief, faith and worship. For this you need to know the constitution, the preamble of India by heart, because what it says, the liberty of thought, expression, belief, faith and worship. So if you know this aspect, then only you can mark the correct. So if you drop a single word here or they added one extra word, then the statement becomes the wrong. So for that you need to know the preamble by heart, at least preamble. Okay, so the second statement is also correct. Third statement, the preamble secures the liberty through the fundamental rights and it is enforceable the court of law. Okay, this also correct, because the fundamental rights, they are meant to give the opportunities to individual and they are providing restraint on the activities of the state. There are some fundamental rights which put the restraint on the activities of individual, but they are meant for the social good or the common good, not to pull back or the push back any individual. Okay, this aspect you need to remember. And so fundamental rights, they are enforceable by the law. Another one factor that we need to remember about the liberty in Indian Constitution, it is not absolute. Why it is not absolute? Because we need to enjoy it within limitations. And where are these limitations are mentioned? They are mentioned in the fundamental rights, article 90. Each subparts has a reasonable restrictions. Okay, we have liberty to, we have freedom of speech, but at the same time there are some reasonable restrictions. We have the form the cooperative, we have formed right to form the any association, but again the limitation, the reasonable within the reasonable restrictions. So these are the aspects related to liberty. So the correct answer for this question is the D for dog. That is 1, 2, 3. All the statements are correct. We'll move towards the next question. It is about the fraternity. Okay, this quite again important word. The Constitution promotes the fraternity by a system of single citizenship. The fraternity in preamble denotes two things: the dignity of individual, the unity and integrity of the nation. Third, the phrase of unity and integrity of nation is extension of concept of the fraternity. Take your time, but comment the correct answer. Okay. Okay. We'll decode the word fraternity as well as we will see the question which statement is correct. When it comes to fraternity, this particular word along with the liberty and equality, it is taken from the French Revolution, because it is the major proponent of French Revolution, that is liberty, equality and fraternity. Second aspect, that Constitution promote the fraternity by the system of single citizenship. Correct. What is meaning of fraternity? It is the brotherhood. Okay. It is about the brotherhood in the country, or Bhatrutra they call in Kannada. So this is the one aspect, that is brotherhood. And when this brotherhood can be enforced, that is when all are the equal. All are equal means they are the free from the any sectarian, regional, linguistic and other extraterritorial identities. Okay, so when these are free from this aspect, then only we can enforce the brotherhood, and this particular aspect will be ensured through the single citizenship, because we have only the national citizenship, we don't have the any regional citizenship, we don't have the state citizenship, we don't have the any community membership, we have only the national membership, that we are the citizen of India, and through the single citizenship the fraternity will be enforced. Second statement, the fraternity in preamble denotes two aspects: dignity of individual and the unity, integrity of nation. When it comes to dignity of individual, it is interpreted as the opportunity for individual to ensure the betterment of their material condition. Second aspect is their individual personality is a sacred. What is means of individual personality is sacred? That everyone is sacred, irrespective of their religion, irrespective of their sectarian identity, irrespective of their regional identity, irrespective of their linguistic identity. Every personality in India is a sacred. So this is the one aspect of the fraternity, that when the individual identity is sacred, irrespective of their regional appellation, irrespective of their linguistic other any appellation, then only we can enforce the feeling of the brotherhood, and that through that we can ensure the fraternity in country. So this is the correct statement. Second is the aspect is the unity and integrity of nation. When it comes to unity and integrity of nation, unity and integrity of nation, it is always interpreted as a territorial, but it is also carries the two meaning. It is territorial integrity. Second is the psychological integrity. Territorial integrity means the boundaries of the international boundaries of the countries that should be intact. It should not be violated by the other external forces, and our soldiers are capable to uphold the territorial sovereignty. That is the unity, integrity of nation when it comes to the territorial aspect. Second aspect is the psychological. Okay, what comes the psychological unity in the nation? That we everyone all Indians should be united as a Indians, or all the citizens of the country should be united as a Indians, irrespective of their regional, irrespective of their linguistic, their sectarian, the religious identity. And how this happen? When we are psychologically united, when we have the feeling or the sense of the brotherhood, that only that it is capable. So when it comes to territorial unity, our soldiers are capable, but to uphold the psychological unity and integrity of country, it is in our own hand. Okay, it is a matter of that how we uphold this psychological unity and integrity of nation. If we are capable to hold this, then the sovereignty, the internal or external sovereignty of country, it will not be get violated at any cost. So it is our responsibility now. If you see the next question, again the linked only, the praise of unity, integrity of extension of the fraternity, because fraternity means brotherhood, sense of brotherhood. And when we compare the unity and integrity with psychological aspect, then when we are united on the psychology aspect, we are united as a Indian, then only we can ensure the fraternity. So the third statement also is correct. So the correct answer is D for dog, that is 1, 2, 3, all are the correct statement. Next we'll move toward the next statement. It is about the preamble, that is the last part of preamble, which whether it is some basic facts that we need to know. First statement is the Berubar Union. In Berubar Union case 1960, the Supreme Court opinion that the preamble is not part of the Constitution. Second statement, the Keshwanand Bharti case happened in 1973. Supreme Court held that the preamble is a part of the Constitution. Easy question, everyone knows this fact. Okay, pause the video and answer the question. So we'll see the correct answer. First statement, if you see the Berubar Union case, in this particular Berubar Union case, what Supreme Court said? Supreme Court said that the preamble of the Constitution, it reminds the, or it says the what is the mind of the Constitution makers. Okay, so it reminds us the what is enriched in the Constitution. Second aspect, there would be the Supreme Court or other constitutional court, they can take the reference of the preamble while interpreting the Constitution. Okay, this is the positive opinion given by the Supreme Court in Berubar Union, but they not said that preamble is a part of the Constitution. They rejected that preamble is part of Constitution. So the first statement is correct. Okay, preamble in Berubar Union case, Supreme Court says that preamble is not part of Constitution. Second, Keshwanand Bharti case, we all know the like watershed moment in our Indian political history, that is the Keshwanand Bharti case, where it is Supreme Court said that preamble is the part of the Constitution, because previously Supreme Court said that when we interpret the aspect of the Constitution or the provision of the Constitution, we can take the reference of the preamble. So in Keshwanand Bharti case, when they were interpreting the right to property, they took the reference of the justice. Okay, that is the social, economical and the political. So that time they said the preamble, it makes the part of the Constitution. So the both statements are correct. Correct answer is the C for cat, both A and B. I'll move toward the next question. It is again about the preamble, the facts about the preamble. The preamble is neither source of power to legislature nor prohibition upon the powers of legislature. Okay. Second, the preamble is not non-justifiable and its provisions are enforceable in court of law. Preamble is non-justifiable. Remove this not. Preamble is a non-justifiable and its provisions are enforceable in court of law. Pause the video, answer the question. So we'll see the correct answer. It's about the preamble, neither source of power legislature, prohibition upon the power of legislature. Correct. Because if you take if legislature taking the any reference of preamble, now the preamble, it mentions the secularism. If the legislature or the legislature, parliament or state legislature, anywhere, they says that the India should be the there should be no religion that can be practiced in the country. So because it will violate the constitutional provision, that is fundamental rights given under the article 26 to 28, that the freedom of religious freedom. So it will violate the constitution. So that's why the preamble, it is not made the source of power, or it is not also the prohibition upon the powers of legislature. Okay, it is just to, it will remind them the what is the goal of our constitution, okay, or the goal of the Indian state, and what is the basic aspect that kept by the constitution maker in their mind while framing the constitution. So this is the aspect. Second, preamble is non-justifiable and its provision are enforceable in court. This is wrong, because if it is non-justifiable, then the provisions will be non-enforceable. So the second statement is wrong. Correct answer is A for apple, A only. We'll move toward the next part. Next question, it is about the constitution. It talks about the preamble. It says it is amended only once so far. Second, the 42nd constitutional amendment added 3 new words: socialist, secular, and integrity. Third, this amendment was held to be invalid in Supreme Court in case of Keshwanand Bharti. Okay, pause the video, answer the question. So the correct answer, we'll see the statements. Preamble has been amended only once so far. Yes, correct. It is amended only in 42nd constitutional amendment, only once. And this particular amendment, it added 3 words. So second statement is correct. And this amendment was held as a valid by the Supreme Court, not as invalid. So third statement is wrong. Correct answer is A for apple, 1 and 2 only. Okay. So we'll move toward the next question. From here, we start about the union and its territory. So we'll see what are the catches or the traps. There are more or many traps in when it comes to this article 1 to article 4. Okay, so we'll see this very carefully. I have framed the MCQ while considering the basic facts, and I will be explaining, so you will get the broader idea on this. So we'll see the first question. It is about it with reference to federal structure of India as described in the constitution. Consider following statement. First is the country is described as a union, although its constitution is a federal in nature. The provision of the constitution pertaining to the state are applicable to all states in same manner. The states are member of the federal system and share distributive powers with the center. Pause the video and answer the correct question. Correct answer. So we'll see what is the correct statement. We all know India is described a union. That is article 1. It says that India, that is Bharat, it is a union of a state. But the constitution is federal in structure. The statement is correct, because if you see the provision of constitution, that the 7th schedule, which talks about the 3 list, that is power is divided between center, state, as well as between the share they have the concurrent power. Also we have the independent judiciary, that is given again the mentioned in constitution itself. Okay, so also we have created state, and they are autonomous to frame their laws, their legislation, their rules, regulation within the power conferred by the constitution. So considering these all features, so we can say the constitution is a federal in structure, and this is the direct line in Lakshmikant. Second, the provision of the constitution pertaining to all state applicable to all state in the same manner. Many people will make it wrong, but statement is correct, because you will be thinking about 5th schedule, 6th schedule, some special provision given. Now we need to understand these are the special provision, okay, not exception. So there are 2 aspects: special provisions and exception. When it comes to special provision, okay, we know article 371 A to 370, whatever it is, okay, 371, there are further articles, okay, which talks about the special provision. Also the 5th and 6th schedule, it gives the special provision for the certain states, okay, combining both 10 in the 6th schedule and 4 in the 5th schedule. Okay, so there are the 14 states which have the special provision. When it comes to exception, only exception that we had in article 370 for the Jammu and Kashmir, and that is currently abolished now. When the statement, if there is an exception in constitution, that time this particular statement becomes the wrong, but the special provision comes, it is given to their other provisions of constitution, they are applicable in same manner, but addition some special provision given to the state. Okay, there is no exception. When there are exception, then the statement becomes wrong, but we have the only currently special provision, not an exception, after abolition or the removal of this article 370. So the correct statement is, second statement is also correct. Third statement, states are the member of federal system and share distributive power within the center. Correct, because states are the member of the federal system of country and they are distributive power. Again, the schedule 7, which have given the we are distributive power, it is about the power distribution between the union and state. So third statement also correct. Correct answer is the D power dot. All three are correct. Next statement noduna. So next question is with reference to Article 1 of the Indian Constitution, consider following statement. Article 1 describes India, that is Bharat, as a union of a state rather than the federation of state. The term territory of India is narrow expression as it includes the only states. The term Union of India is wider expression. It is include the state, union territory, and territories that may be acquired in the future. Again, comparatively easy statement. Pause the video, answer the question. See the Kannada, those who want. We'll see the statements. The Article 1 describes India, that is Bharat, as a union of states rather than a federation of states. Correct, just we have seen. Second statement, the term territory of India is a narrow expression. It includes the only state. Wrong, because there are two terms, the union of state and the territory of state. When it comes to this union of state, this is the narrow expression because it includes only union territories plus the states, existing states in country. But when it comes to territory of state, it includes the union territory, the existing states, as well as the states or the regions acquired in future. And how this can be acquired? Through all the modes available. So this is the broader expression. So these two are interchanged. So both 2 and 3 are correct. Wrong. So the correct option is A for apple, that is 1 only. Now when it comes to the territory of state and this particular factor, that is acquired in future. Now when we were discussing the preamble, we saw one term, that is the sovereign. Okay, in sovereign we are the externally as well as internally free. Now when it comes to this acquisition of state, this is the external matter. Now being a sovereign state, we are free to acquire any state through the modes mentioned in international laws, that is the treaties are there, gift, okay, whatever it is that we are like free to acquire. Also we can acquire any territory through the conquest, okay, through the other means that is present before Indian Union, because being a sovereign state. So this is the one aspect of the sovereignty that I want to explain here. Next question we'll see. It is about the Article 2nd and Article 3rd. So this particular statement says Article 2 empowers the Parliament to admit into Union of India or the established new state that not part of Union. Second statement, Article 3 deals with the formation of new states, alteration of areas, boundaries, or names of existing state within the Union of India. Pause the answer and pause the question video and answer the question. It is quite tricky. Just try to answer it. We'll see correct answer statement. First, two are correct because Article 2 empowers Parliament to admit into Union of India or establish new state that are not part of Union. So it's talking about the acquired territories. And these territories, being a sovereign nation, we can acquire through the any modes that are available. Second is about the Article 3. It talks about the formation of new alteration of areas boundaries of the existing states. Yes, the Article 3 talks about the existing states. Okay, there is the confusion might occur. So you need to remember 2 is about the these are not available or they are not part of states that are not, or the territories that are not part of Union of India. And third is about the formation of the new states that within the existing state or the existing boundary of country. So 2 statements are correct. Correct answer is C. It has other many aspects that we'll see from the other MCQs. We'll move towards the next MCQ. It is about the Article 3 again. Talks about the bill for formation or alteration of the state can be introduced in Parliament only with the prior recommendation of the President. Second, the view of the concerned state legislature when referred by the President are binding on the Parliament. Pause the video and comment the correct answer. Okay, we'll see what is the correct statement. The bill for formation of alteration of state can be introduced to Parliament only with prior recommendation of President is correct. And the President has one more function here, that he need to refer the bill to the pertaining state, okay, legislature of that particular state. And when the state, that particular state that gives its opinion, okay, to the President or directly to Parliament, this particular opinion is not binding on the Parliament. Even without considering their opinion, even they are opposing the particular move, the Parliament can proceed. So the second statement is wrong. Only one is correct. That is, correct answer is A for apple. So from this only we can conclude that the Indian state, they have the no sovereignty, territorial sovereignty, that the Parliament has power to alter the boundaries of state anytime. So the continued sovereignty, it is not available to states of any state of India. Okay, so this is the one more interpretation that you need to remember, that there might be question that the all Indian states have the continued sovereignty. So that time it becomes the wrong because of this aspect. We'll move to the next question. This is about the power of Parliament to form a new state. Now the power of Parliament includes the forming a new state or union territory by uniting a part of any state or union territory with another. Parliament can alter boundaries, name of existing state even without their consent. Article 4 requires that such law under the Article 2 and 3 must be passed as a constitutional amendment under the Article 368. Pause the video and comment the correct answer. We'll see the correct statement here. The power of Parliament include forming a new state, union territory by uniting part of any state union territory with another. Statement is correct because Article 3 it gives Parliament all the power to form new state by altering the boundary of existing states or the union territories. Second, Parliament can alter boundaries them existing without their consent. Just we have seen, yes, without their consent, even they have given the adverse opinion, Parliament can still proceed. Third statement, Article 4 requires the such law under the Article 2, 3, second and third must be passed the constitutional amendment under Article 368. No, this is the wrong statement because the bill coming under the article 2nd and the 3rd, it will be not be considered as a constitutional amendment. So the parliament can amend or enforce this bill through the simple majority. Simple majority in the sense the members, they are present and voting. The procedure same like we follow for the ordinary legislation. So the same procedure applies for this also. Okay, simple majority we can proceed. Also one more fact, when the parliament or the president, they need to refer the bill to the state where whose their boundary going to alter. But when it comes to union territory, and these union territory which are the without, they are without legislature, in this point of time, the parliament or president, they are not bound to refer the bill to the this union territory, because ultimately the power to make a law for this particular union territory without legislature lies with the parliament. So by this logic, parliament will take this decision, and that will be considered decision by the union territories. So this is the one more aspect we need to remember. Next question. It's about the consider following statement regarding the cession of Indian territories. Now it talks about the first statement. The Indian territories can be ceded to foreign state through the constitutional amendment under Article 368. In 1968, the Supreme Court ruled that the settlement of boundary dispute between the India and another country requires a constitutional amendment. The 9th Constitutional Amendment Act 1960 enacted to transfer certain territories to Bangladesh. Pause the video, answer the question. One tricky word is there. We'll see who answers correct. We'll see which is the correct statement. First is the Indian territory can be ceded to foreign state only through Constitutional Amendment Act under the 3. When it comes to the ceding territories, the statement becomes correct. Okay, because the Supreme Court in Berubari Union case, it is said that when the country is, the India is ceding its territory to other state, they need of constitutional amendment, that the executive need to take the opinion of the parliament. It means indirectly they are taking opinion of people of India. Second statement, in 1960, Supreme Court ruled that settlement of boundary dispute between India and another country requires the constitutional amendment. More or less same, but when it comes to settlement of boundary dispute, there is no need of the constitutional amendment. The settlement can be done through the executive order. Now, what is the case this occurred in 1960? This particular case is known as Berubari Union case. And this particular region, that is Berubari Union, it is arised after the Radcliffe Award. Everyone aware of the Radcliffe Award. It is drawn the boundary between India and Pakistan, east side as well as the west side. Okay, and there was some dispute that arose on this Berubari Union, and this was resolved through the Baghi Award, and this particular came in the 1950. And through this they resolved dispute. There in 1956-57 there was a agreement between Nehru and Noon, the president of the Pakistan. Okay, this is called Nehru-Noon agreement, and through this they are agreed to the divide this Berubari Union between the India and the East Pakistan. So for that the parliament enacted 9th constitutional amendment to enact a certain territory to Bangladesh, not a Bangladesh but to East Pakistan, because Bangladesh came in existence in 1971-72. Okay, so before that there was a East Pakistan. So third statement is wrong, second statement is also wrong. Correct answer is A for apple. Only one statement is correct. We move toward the next statement. Next question. It is about the demand for reorganization of state. Okay, so it is about the development of linguistic province, reorganization of state based on the language. first statement is the Linguistic Province Commission under the S.K. Dhar recommended reorganization of state on the basis of linguistic factor. Second, the December 1948, the JVP committee consisting Nehru, Patel and Pattabhi Sitaramaya, they set up to re-examine the issues of the linguistic province. Third statement, the Fazl Ali Commission accepted the principle of one language, one state. Pause the video. Correct answer. Comment the correct answer. We'll see the correct answer here. The Linguistic Province Commission under SK Dhar recommended reorganized state on linguistic basis. No, it is recommended to reorganize state on administrative convenience, not a linguistic factor. Second, the JVP committee, it consisted of this Nehru, Patel and Pattabhi Sitaramaya. They had no chairman, so this is the one fact you need to remember. And it is said to re-examine the linguistic issue because after this SK Dhar committee recommendation, the issue was not resolved. So the committee again constituted. Okay, the Nehru, Patel and Pattabhi Sitaramaya were the part of the committee. Next, Fazl Ali Commission accepted principle of one language, one state. No. It is recommended to reorganize state on linguistic basis, but it is not accepted the one language, one state. Okay, so this is the fact. It is accepted there can be multiple language within a one state. So this third statement is wrong. Correct answer is B for ball, that is the 2 only, that because first and third statement are wrong. We'll move to the next question. It is again about the Fazl Ali Commission. It talks about the commission accepted language as a basis of reorganization of state, but also stressed financial, economical and administrative consideration. It recommended continuation of four-fold classification of state and territories under the constitution. It suggests creation of 14 states and 6 centrally administered territories. Okay, pause the video and comment the correct answer. We will see the correct statement because before going to Fazl Ali Commission's background, what happened in October 1953, there was a politician, the Congress politician, that Sri Malu, he was from the Andhra Pradesh, okay, and he did fasting until death, and after that he died. Okay, unfortunately he died, and after that government was to create first linguistic state, that is Andhra Pradesh, and this Andhra Pradesh created by the reorganized territory from the withdrawing territory from the Madras state. Okay, current day Tamil Nadu. So don't get confused between Madras and Mysore. Okay, it is about the Madras, not a Mysore state. Okay, so we'll see the first statement. It is accepted language as the basis of reorganization, but also stress financial, economical and administrative consideration. Correct statement is correct. Recommended continuation of four-fold classification of the state and territory. No, it is recommended abolition of four-fold classification. Instead, it told the two-fold classification, that states, the territories of India should be divided between the state and the union territories. And it also suggested to create the 14 state and the 6 centrally administered territories, that is the union territories. So third statement is correct. So the correct answer is C for cat, that is 1 and 3 statements are correct. We'll move toward the next statement. Next question. With respect to change in names of Indian state, which of the following occurred first? United Province was renamed Uttar Pradesh, Mysore renamed Karnataka, Madras renamed Tamil Nadu, Orissa renamed as Odisha. Everyone knows the answer, but I just wanted to, for revision sake, I have included this. I will explain. Just answer the correct one. So the correct answer is the A, that is United Province renamed as Uttar Pradesh. It has happened in 1950. Mysore renamed as Karnataka. It is in 1973. And Madras renamed as Tamil Nadu. It is in 1969. Orissa renamed as Orissa in 2011. Also in 2006, Puducherry or Pondicherry renamed as Puducherry. Okay. Also same way, Uttarakhand, previously it was known as Uttaranchal. It is renamed as Uttarakhand in 2006 same year. If the question asks to arrange you the in chronological sequence, the first will come UP, the United Province renamed as Uttar Pradesh. Second will be the Madras renamed as Tamil Nadu. Third, Mysore renamed as Karnataka. Fourth, Puducherry. First, it was the Pondicherry renamed as Puducherry. Then the Uttaranchal renamed as Uttarakhand, and the last, that is the Orissa renamed as Odisha. Okay, so this is the chronological order. We'll move toward the next question. Now this is the last question in today's session, so answer quickly. Since independence, how many countries has India ceded its territory? Bangladesh, Bhutan, Nepal, Pakistan, Sri Lanka. Now let's see who answered the correct one. So we'll see the correct, which is the correct one. Come to Bangladesh. We all are aware, 100th constitutional amendment. Okay, in 2015 it is settled boundary between the Bangladesh. So we have given some territory and we have actually exchanged some territories. When it comes to Bhutan, in 1951, from the Assam state, there was one hill called Dewan Gir. Okay, or Devon Gor, they call it here. So this particular hill, it is given to the Bhutan and from the Assam state. So this is correct. When it comes to Nepal, we have not ceded any territory to Nepal, so it is not wrong. It is not correct. Pakistan also, we have not given any territory, because in fact Pakistan has taken our territory, that is currently we call it as a Pak occupied Kashmir. Okay. Next is Sri Lanka. Yes, we have ceded territory. It is the Kickstart Island, and it is ceded in 1974. Okay, so we have ceded our territory to the currently three countries, that is Bangladesh, Bhutan and Sri Lanka, not to Pakistan and the Nepal. So the correct answer is the C for cat, that is only 3 are correct. Okay, so with this we are finishing discussion. We have seen the preamble through MCQ. I have decoded the terms there. Also the traps are there, what the facts related to preamble, that I have explained. Also the one chapter, that is union and its territory, that also we have covered here, and there also I have explained the facts as well as the traps are there. So with this I will finish the discussion. We will meet tomorrow. There we are going to start the fundamental rights. Thank you very much.